Welcome to the Rent Leveling Board meeting for tonight, September the 21st, 2023. Having been properly advertised in accordance with the Sunshine Law of the State of New Jersey, the meeting of the Jersey Rent Leveling Board will come to order. Have a roll call, please.
At this time, we'll have the roll call. Please affirm by saying aye. Al Cupo,
Aye.
Alexander Hamilton,
Aye.
Joe M. Williams, Mark Itzikoff, Michael Tom Brown, Sullivan Johnson III, Danon Hill,
Aye.
Elder P. Pritchett,
We have a quorum.
we have a quorum.
Thank you. Okay. Before we start, are there any cancellations, anything carried? Just the three tonight? Okay, thank you. In that case, we will call C, semicolon 2581-22. This is all tenants in the matter of Arthur Pronti at 289 Barrel Street, and this is a capital improvement. Attorney for Mr. Pronti here? Or? Okay. Okay. Would you like to come forward? Tony, they're going to need to be sworn anyway. Yeah. Okay. Counsel, would you like to start?
Non-council, just work with Mr.
Oh, okay, that's fine. All right. Are there anybody objecting to this application? Would you please? Do you live on Barrow Street? Are you a tenant? Please come forward. Well, you're here now. You might as well. I'm sorry?
I'm asking Mr. Hamilton if he's a descendant and getting royalties. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was about to say.
But I didn't realize that we could actually speak today.
Before you're going to need to be sworn as well.
Richard Rueda, R-U-E-D-A. E-D-A, correct.
Proceeding is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely.
You may proceed.
Thank you, gentlemen. All right, hearing Officer Killian, we've had experience with him before. He's assessed other capital improvements for the tenancy. He's always been fair and communicative. And you know, I've always emailed him, but I was confused because I didn't think we could actually ask questions today. But one of the tenants actually is an attorney, and she prepared and interacted with the historic preservation. Thank you. I'm not sure anyone here is from there right now. But one of the things that Inspector Killian did deduct was the balustrades or the railings, which were not approved. But according to the historic, they did not approve the door either. In addition, they said, and I don't know if Mr. Pronti has submitted the permit for the sidewalk, because we were told by historic that the Division of Engineering, Traffic, and Transportation permit has to be given, and then it has to be assessed and certified by the historic group. And that's another thing. So those are two more deductions that would occur if they did not have the permits to do that work. And she would have come We didn't know that we can speak. And the only last thing I have to say that was a collective thing when we had the meeting is when I did the presentation, that they actually left. They said they had, I don't know what to do. But we took over 70 photographs and showed over a 9-year period that the stairs had not been repaired. And then finally, when they did a renovation downstairs and they were emptying out appliances, they were just throwing them down the stairs. Not them, but the people that were working there. So my question, or a collective question that we had, other than what the attorney pointed out to me about permits, was that if the landlord is allowed to let maintenance repairs go unattended or unaddressed for over a 9-year period and isn't penalized because he's getting full amount for that work. And I should also preface by saying the staircase is stunning. I mean, they did a great job. We're not complaining about that. But how going forward, do we address ongoing repairs that need to legally be done under statute 2061, I think it is?
We're here for what's before us now. Anything future is a future application, so I don't see your point.
Well, my point is, for 9 years, he did nothing to the staircase, and then all
Okay.
of a sudden decides that it's a capital improvement. Had
Right.
he done repairs regularly and we submitted the photographs,
Right.
this would not have been an issue.
Okay, but
That's what I'm saying.
the application says it's been done accordingly, and I think the permits, they're all in order for the work that was done?
Well, no, they're not, because the historic didn't allow the railings, and they said that they also did not allow the door repair that he submitted payment for.
Okay.
And that they don't have a permit for the sidewalk, unless they have it and we haven't been shown it. But that's all I really had to.
So I'm going to ask council at this point, if that was all in order, we need an opinion. Tom, right, I want to,
I can't opine on that. You'd have to ask the department that issues the permits whether or not everything was appropriate. I think it might be beneficial if we started with Inspector Colleen on his opinion on.
all right. So Tom, would you mind coming up and give us your,
Thank you for.
by the way, thank you.
Hi, Tom. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony about to give this proceeding is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have had a hearing on this matter
Mm-hmm.
that Richard appeared at. He's on behalf of all the tenants, and Mr. Pronti did appear also at that hearing. There were several issues that were raised. One of them was with Historic, and subsequently found out that Historic did not approve the railings. So we didn't approve the railings. We deducted that from the application. And then the other items that we deducted are basically management, clerical fees, which almost resulted in reduction of half of what the applicant has requested. As far as, I did not see that Historic did not say that they can't repair the front door. Also, until tonight, I didn't know there was an issue about the sidewalk. That's easily verifiable. But the work obviously was done. We saw before pictures. We inspected afterwards. The before pictures, Mr. Rueda is saying that, they should have maintained it for 9 years. It wasn't to the point that you couldn't walk up and down the stairs. That's clearly obvious from the pictures. The work was done that was substantiated, and the prices were fair.
So point of clarification, Tom, so what we have before us is approved by yourself, for what's in front of
The
us.
amount, yes.
And then Mr. Pronti can go back further, once historical approves whatever else that needed to be done, and he can come back,
Approve it, then he can come
then he
back
can come
and
back
submit a
again.
sub-
Okay,
submit a
all right, then that's fine, thank you. All right. Anybody have any opinions? Anybody have any questions for the
I did
owner?
have just one question. In reading the information, Tom, if I'm not mistaken, so the rent increase was going to be roughly what, $24.84
Yes.
per unit?
Yeah, and I'm sorry, there was one other question that Richard had questioned, that he thought that the room counts were off. on 2 of the apartments. So we would have to verify that. That doesn't affect the overall number, but for
Right.
those 2 apartments, if they had less rooms, their increase would be less, and the other apartments would be, you know, $1 or 2 more. But that we can rectify on our end, given if you move forward with the determination. We'll just go back, check those 2 apartments and rectify the number of rooms in them.
All right.
Or clarify the record.
Thank you, Tom. All right, before I close the public portion of the meeting, is there anybody else that has any questions for the landlord in general, or I'm going to make a motion to close the public portion?
I have a question. Here
Ellen?
it says, I'm requesting an increase of $119.77.
Can you just speak up a little, and I'm having a hard time hearing you.
No, that's not
No,
right.
that's not it.
No.
I didn't hear what you said. Can you repeat that?
I'm requesting a rent increase of $119.77 per apartment.
No.
No, that's not it.
I can't hear you.
That's what he originally asked.
That's what he asked for,
Originally, yes.
119.
Yes, it's on page 2 of his submission.
Then we decrease it to what?
23,870.
Right, is the total amount before us, right?
Which translates to 2484 a month
Right.
for 10.
Okay. You okay with that?
Okay.
All right. Commissioners, is there anything else?
I have a question for the
Tom?
landlord, if I could. Could you explain what it is that, if anything, you're appealing about the determination that you think Mr. Colleen was either erroneous about or that needs to be adjusted?
Honestly, at this point, we're not appealing. We're okay with Mr. Colleen's decision.
Okay.
You're okay the way it's structured
We'd
now?
like to
You're
just be
okay?
done with it, yes.
For now, okay. All right, so at this time, I'd like to make a motion to close the public portion of the meeting. I need a motion.
Motion to close.
I need a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? This motion carries, thank you. I'll now also entertain a motion to approve what's in front of us regarding the increase for Barrow Street.
Make the motion.
Can you just talk into the mic? I can't
Okay,
hear
I'm
you.
sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
If you could, Mr. Chairman, before the motion is seconded, could I make the recommendation that any motion, regardless of the substance, include a provision that Inspector Colleen reevaluate the room count to confirm it with the landlord if there's any.
Yeah, that's fine. We can merge that. Make that part of the record, please, with the motion. That's fine. Okay.
And the sidewalk permit or no?
And a sidewalk permit.
From the Historical Society or something like
Well, both from the, whatever that agency.
Right, the banister, the sidewalk.
It's 2 people have to do it.
Right, the banister and the sidewalk.
And the Division of Engineering, Traffic and Transportation.
That's fine. Okay.
Sidewalk.
You're very welcome. Okay. So I need a second?
Second.
Okay. So, would somebody please read into the record the approval from the hearing officer before we vote on it?
The hearing officer made an evaluation where the approval was for $23,870 to be depreciated over 10 years, which was going to result in a rent increase of $24.84 per apartment, which is going to have to be reevaluated given the room count situation that we've been faced with. So we ask that that be taken into consideration when the final determination is made.
And also the amounts,
Oh,
this is a different
one. That's,
the amounts that were approved from,
oh, and
right, the increase for the, per room.
the increase per room was going to be the
The amount is 23,870,
870.
Tom, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and then that increase per room is how much?
2484.
2484, okay.
Yep.
I need we have a second on that already?
Second.
Okay. Need a roll call, please?
Decision to affirm. Al Cupo.
Aye.
Aye.
Michael T. Brown. Sullivan Johnson.
Aye.
Shannon Hill.
Aye.
Elder P. Pritchett.
Aye.
The motion carries? Thank you. Okay. Mr. Pronti, thank you for coming in. Gentlemen, have a great night.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna call the second one, which is V, 16:3223. Paul Wiener, I hope I'm saying that right? The matter of 19 Lincoln Street, Apartment 4. Vacancy capital improvement application appeal. Is there anybody here for this application?
I'm here, attorney for the property owner.
Please step forward. You state your appearance for the record?
Sure. Edward J. Seaver, appearing of counsel for the Alfred Kerman firm for the owner landlord.
Thank you. Is the tenant here? Is the tenant present?
They were noticed.
They were noticed. They were no-show. Okay. Commissioners, I'll leave it up to you to decide how the tenant did not show.
Is this the first time we're hearing this?
Is this the first time we're hearing this matter?
I think so. It's up from the hearing officer.
It was last month, but we didn't have the meeting last month, so originally it was scheduled last month. So yes, the first time you're here.
Okay,
That's,
But just, if I may, it's.
Sure.
It's the landlord who's appealing our decision,
Right,
obviously.
right.
okay.
The
All right.
vacancy capital improvement primarily because, based on correspondence and conversation with the hearing officer, there was an understanding we had a little more time to submit more information, and then the decision got rendered prior to that date.
All right. So, Tom, you want to give us an overview about this particular case, please? Thank you.
So yes, we had requested additional information that was not provided, and however, we did give the applicant 30 days to respond, and the office sent the notice out 29 days. Mm-hmm. Sent it a day early. He should have had another day, but did you bring any?
Well, it was a situation where I think the office is aware of it. It was a new management company trying to find records from the old management company. There was a lot submitted to support the capital improvements. I'm not quite clear what exactly was missing because there were invoices rendered to the management company, which was managing the property at the time. There seemed to be some issue that they needed to be in the name of the owner. I don't know what the significance of that was. If it was proof of payment, the invoices reflected payments on them from the contractor. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We don't accept that.
Okay.
It's either got to be
The
canceled.
contractor, if necessary, we could bring in the contractor.
Bank statements.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We could get a certification from the contractor to certify that they were paid, the $47,000 improvement. I don't know that we can find in the records from the old management company the checks, if there were checks or if there were credit cards, but
Well, would you say the application then now is incomplete?
Yes.
Okay, so, Counsel, I think that we should maybe carry it to the next meeting, so you show your proofs that everything was paid.
okay, and maybe in the meantime, we can get some specific clarification.
I mean,
from-
we'll hear what
yeah.
you have to say, but
Yeah.
we're not going to take any action on this
I
until
understand.
we
I
know we have
understand.
proof positive that the bills were paid and everything was, honky-dory in this case.
Okay, and I know there was some issues with prior registration statements and the time frame. I don't know anything in the ordinance that suggests that you have to make the application in a vacancy right away. In fact, it doesn't say that. It seems to suggest you can increase the rent when you do the improvement, and then later on, there can be some justification for it.
All right.
So I think maybe, and again, maybe we'll have some conversation with them in the interim to make sure we understand what it is that's lacking.
Let me ask you a question before we call the next case. Is 30 days sufficient for you to?
I think that's
bring-
sufficient, and we will reach out to the board sufficiently ahead of time if that proves to be a problem.
No, not at all.
Oh, no?
would- 30
You wanna
30
set it?
days.
Okay, all right.
You're okay with 30 days?
I'm okay with 30
All right.
days.
So I just want to be clear what we're trying to do. Okay?
We're trying to make sure that the case is clear with payment to the contractor in the form of 47,000.
I understand.
So what's
I
your
wanna make sure,
question?
too, I understand the procedure.
He needs
That's what I just said, right,
Okay.
exactly.
What I don't want to have happen is we come back and there's another, claim that it's not clear what we were supposed to have.
That's fine.
That's what I want
Tom,
to
how much time do you feel?
No, 30 days is sufficient.
That's
but
what I'm thinking.
saying, the only thing we accept is bank statements and/or canceled checks.
Counsel, you
Got
understand that, right?
certifications from somebody that they were paid.
All right, you understand that?
Anybody can give that.
No, that's fine.
And
Why
our
don't you make
banks-
the note of it now, so this way there's no misunderstanding?
And our bank statements and canceled checks from the management company sufficient since it went through them?
Whatever proofs you need,
Right.
exactly, that's fine.
And is there,
To that individual contractor.
As long as it's satisfactory to his
okay.
his satisfaction, we're okay with it. But
And we submit to them, or we
you
bring
would
it back
submit
and
to
forth?
the rent leveling.
Leveling board. So,
Okay.
one person will be assigned to it, it may be the
Right.
same person that handled it.
The sooner it is, the better.
Probably will be.
Okay. And are there any other information you need other than that proof of payment?
Proof of payments, basically.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, thank you, appreciate it.
Have a good evening, thank you.
You too.
Case number 3, Victory 1600-23, tenant unknown. I don't know what that is. In the case of 2695 Kennedy Boulevard, apartment 56, vacancy capital improvement application appeal. Good evening.
Step forward. Okay. State your name for the record.
Meyer Rosenberg, Meyer Rosenberg.
Mr. Rosenberg, are you represented by counsel? You're on?
No, on my own.
You're pro se? Okay.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you affirm that the testimony you give in this proceeding is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. So, and this is a capital improvement for apartment 56. If you'd like to state your case.
We just put the money in, and we would like to raise the rent.
Put the money in a rate, okay. Tom, could you give us an overview on this one too, please?
It's actually very similar to the other.
Mm-hmm.
No canceled checks, no bank statements. The applicant submitted their handwritten ledger, or not handwritten, their own internal ledger saying things were paid, but
Okay, no, that's
Again,
not, that's not
I
acceptable.
sent you sent me back the checks too in the whole file. The file that I got from you guys to schedule the meeting included canceled checks, and here they are.
for
For
all of
the-
your vendors.
For the
Not for
vendors, for Lowe's, for all the
No,
vendors.
No, you sent it after.
Yeah,
They sent it, I'm sorry, after the determination.
Okay,
after termination,
Yes.
yeah.
all right. So, unfortunately, Mr. Rosenberg, we can't decide until it's clear with rent leveling. So, we're going to ask you again to send all your proofs in to Tom, and then once he approves it, is that,
I believe he has the proofs.
Clarify. So I guess I would have a question for Inspector Clean here. Would it be beneficial to remand this to you to review that, or have these already been included in the determination?
no, the question is, Counselor, is he satisfied with what's on the table? I don't think he is.
What I have doesn't have canceled checks.
Okay,
I
so,
know what-
so it's incomplete, that's what I'm saying.
But I
Okay, so,
got, just to make sure, because I got the email from Ori Nunes with all the meeting is scheduled and all the exhibits.
yeah, I don't doubt what you're
Part
saying.
of the exhibits had the canceled checks.
If
It's
he
up to
would,
you, Tom.
Because what happened was,
ahead.
I submitted the application without the canceled checks,
Right.
correct? I just submitted with the ledger and all the invoices, and I didn't know I need the canceled checks. So then he denied the application, and he told me I could reappeal it. I should send an account with proof of payment.
Right,
So I sent them in an email with all the proof of payments, and I'm appealing it. So the next time I heard was sending that the meeting is scheduled and all the exhibits, which included the canceled checks.
okay.
but you don't have them.
Tom, I'm gonna ask you again, is this application incomplete? Do you need proof
Yes.
for the file to be complete? Okay, so, again, what I'm gonna ask you, Mr. Rosenberg, is, is 30 days enough? We can carry this to the
With
next
him
meeting?
right now.
No, It doesn't work like that. Not-
Okay,
not-
no,
not
but I could.
I understand that, but it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I have it.
All right.
I don't need.
So why don't you just get together, and we'll carry it to the next meeting, which would be in about 30 days. Fair enough? Sure. That's it. Okay, good. Before we adjourn the meeting, is there any other business before the rent leveling board tonight? Okay, I'd like to put into the record, Tony, to thank the administration and rent leveling and everybody else. We have our U.S. flag, and I believe the state of New Jersey. I want to put that in the record and thank everybody. This chamber is now official, and I'll now entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Have a great evening. Thank you, everybody. Done. That was easy, right?
Yeah, that was.
Okay. Like that, huh? Since you helped me out, that's for you.
Oh, yeah. What was, oh, yeah, 105.
Yes.
So I want to see. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see this too.
105.
Tony, how are you?
I'm good. I sent